Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Media News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The lies that Whitney Dean told EastEnders about adopting Brittany Wainwright have come to light. After meeting Whitney and Zach Hudson in Milton Keynes, Brittany moved in with them in Walford, even though Whitney had been lying to Zach about fostering her. Recently, Lauren Branning has made an effort to get Whitney to tell Zach the truth and acknowledge that she paid Brittany's mother under the table to bring her back to Walford. In the episode that aired on Wednesday, April 24th, the two buddies resumed their argument about the lie. At one point, Zach even saw them talking in the Minute Mart. Whitney managed to temporarily prevent him from learning the truth, but she soon faced another dilemma with Brittany. When Lauren and Whitney learned that Brittany was being bullied at school, they became concerned. Zach advised Whitney to give the girl an opportunity to resolve the matter alone first. Whitney, on the other hand, quickly jumped to Brittany's defense and confronted the bullies, which only made matters worse and encouraged the girls to torture Brittany further. Even though Brittany's new friend Lexi Pierce offered her some support, Brittany was upset with Whitney for providing the bullies with more tools. Upon returning home, Brittany bemoaned to Lauren and Zach that Whitney's involvement with the bullies had made everything worse. Everything is damaged by her. "I detest this location," Brittany exclaimed. When Brittany disclosed that Whitney had stolen her from her mother back in Milton Keynes, there had been no formal fostering agreement. Zach was appalled. Brittany declared, "I ain't being anyone's dirty little secret anymore." Whitney was about to enter the room when Zach abruptly stopped her and demanded to know what was going on with Brittany. In the upcoming episodes, the plot will further intensify as Bianca Jackson makes her way back to Walford to face Whitney. Star of EastEnders Shona McGarty addressed rumors of an impending engagement after revealing her new relationship on social media. In September of last year, McGarty, who plays Whitney Dean, shared on Instagram her relationship with Irish musician David Bracken. The actor has denied that she would soon get married, even though she has called him "my whole world" and been spotted wearing a ring on her wedding finger. In consideration of Bracken's emotions, McGarty kept quiet about the circumstances. She said to The Sun, "No, we're not engaged. Bless David, I won't talk about him too much because he doesn't like to be in the spotlight. However, I will admit that my personal life is really happy." Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of McGarty's alter ego, Whitney. After 16 years on the square, the beloved character from EastEnders has experienced more than her fair share of heartache. In recent episodes, Whitney prioritized Brittany Wainwright, a fragile schoolgirl, even though she was significantly pregnant, which caused problems in her relationship with lover Zach Hudson. Then, it was revealed that Zach had cheated on Whitney with Lauren Branning, her closest friend. The saga of Whitney will soon come to an end, at least for the time being, since McGarty plans to leave Walford in search of fresh possibilities before she becomes too old. Since that's all I've ever known, making this decision was incredibly tough for me. "I feel like I'm leaving home because I pretty much grew up on the square," she said of her departure. "But as you get older, you realize that life is really short, so I had to pull up my big girl pants and bravery. I want to investigate more opportunities and sectors of the industry before I become too old. Everything has an end, and this is the beginning of a new chapter in my life." She continued, "So although it was a big decision, once I'd made it, I was quite resolute that this was something I had to do." In the midst of a heartbreaking discovery, a character on the program seemed to announce in a Tuesday night comment that they were leaving the show permanently. Furthermore, the aforementioned character informed others that she had scheduled a trip out of the nation and would be departing in just one day. Jade, the daughter of Dean Wicks, is making progress toward her goal of getting back in touch with her Pakistani mother Shabnam Masood. Jade was supposed to go there weeks ago, but after receiving a lung transplant, Dean messed up her meds. When the truth was out, Dean set up Gene Slater when Jade became seriously ill. After that, he was set up to kill Keanu Taylor, and now he sits in prison, waiting to be released, but there are hints that he may be going. Jade was forced to witness her dad being brought away by police, and she quickly learned of the accusations leveled against him. Furthermore, Gene came back, and it was quickly apparent who might have been responsible for the pharmaceutical error. Prior to Dean requesting a conversation with his daughter before her scheduled departure, as evidenced by images, Jade revealed something to Gene and Harvey Monroe on Tuesday. She disclosed that Jade's visa had been granted and that her mother had been in communication. Now that Jade could go to Pakistan to be with her mother, Shabnam had called to let her know she had Jade booked on a flight that would depart the next day. Although disappointed by the news, Gene seemed pleased for the adolescent, and it has been hinted that she will shortly be throwing a farewell party. It appears that Jade will be leaving the program this week, and this is her exit narrative. After their meeting, though, will Dean be able to persuade her to stay? It doesn't seem likely, and Jade doesn't really have a good reason to stay in Walford now that Dean is gone. Spoilers for Thursday's, April 25th, episode of EastEnders, which hasn't yet aired on BBC One, are below. The most recent episode of EastEnders featured Jade Masood's farewell scenes. During Thursday's visit to Walford, Jade bowed out after realizing her father Dean Wick's true nature. After being arrested on suspicion of killing Keanu Taylor and abusing his daughter Jade, Dean is presently incarcerated. Audiences are aware that Dean did not kill Keanu. Instead, for weeks, he had been messing with Jade's medication, which had resulted in some extremely concerning outcomes. In the previous episodes, Jade has been discussing whether or not to pay Dean a visit in jail before moving to Pakistan. In the end, Jade did choose to meet Dean, and Gene went with her in the scenes shown today. She had taken some advice from her friend Ivani. While Dean was arguing his innocence in the prison for killing Keanu and interfering with Jade's medication, Gene became worried that Jade could be beginning to believe his babbling. Dean started to falter when Jade tried another strategy to get the truth out of him, admitting that he had really tampered with her prescription after all. Terrified, Jade told Dean precisely how she felt about him before permanently rejecting him. Afterwards, she bid farewell to her pals in the square and took a taxi to see her mother Shabnam in Pakistan. It was announced back in December that Elizabeth Green had been chosen to play Jade in the most recent installment of Dean's narrative. In 2015 and 2016, Amaya Edward had played her in prior episodes of the show. BBC One airs EastEnders Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. ahead of its TV airing. Most episodes of the show are available for streaming on BBC iPlayer, where they are released early. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.